Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Ben Bateman.
And I'm Andrew Guy.
And we are the Action Guys. Cool. We're here.
What is going on in the world?
This is a crazy week. We are back. We are here in studio. We have hours and hours of content to tape this week, and all of the content we are talking about is Avengers related.
It is just Avengers.
You know, we're gonna just cut the shit, guys. Yeah. We're gonna get straight to it because Drew and I, we have to tape back-to-back shows right now, and so both of these have to be all content. There can't be plugs.
No.
There can't be nonsense. Today's show is each of our top 10 moments in Avengers Infinity War.
That's it. We're going to get right into it. Ben and I are each going to count down our individual top 10s. Remember, if you want to find the full episode of this, it's youtube.com/actionindustries. Let's go. What's your number 10?
My number 10 moment in Infinity War, this is the fastest episode we've ever done, is they're up on the ship and they get rid of Ebony Maw. And it's Spider-Man uses the whole, have you seen that old movie? Right? And it's right after they get rid of him and they realize it's a one-way ticket, and Iron Man looks at him and he's like, "Congratulations, kid. You're an Avenger now." And walks away. And Spider-Man has this look on his face, and it's such a nice moment because it's the combination of his moment, like his realization, but also like Iron Man realizing Stark, like, this doesn't matter. He's already up here. Who cares
You're
if he's
probably going to die.
I already tried to get this kid a job. I already tried to give him the suit at the end of Homecoming and make him an Avenger, and he passed on it. So he was an Avenger then, too.
And I tried to get him off of this ship.
Yeah.
But he's a hero. He's an Avenger.
And just like that moment is such a cool, like, you feel you are that kid. You are Spider-Man. And it's such an exciting thing to be this kid. And like Tony Stark just made me an Avenger.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's great.
I love that moment.
My moment's actually to come basically at the same time. It's not the conversation. I'm actually going to remove my conversation and my look from the list because I love it so much. It's actually when he gets the Iron Spider for the first time, and you see it because it's in that same moment.
Yeah.
You see the legs come out and it catches him when he's trying to catch Strange from Ebony Maw gets sucked out. I hate spiders. I hate them.
Freak me out.
They freak me out, but I love what it is about spiders that freak me out so much are the legs and the eyes, but the Iron Spider, the suit itself, like you throughout the whole movie, you see how badass it is with the shell and the rolling and all that. But this is the first time it pops out, and you're like, oh, yes!
It's a super epic moment. It's amazing. The suit, like him getting the suit, like, "Mr. Stark, this smells like a new car." It's just great. Their relationship's so good, and it's just now that we've each done our first one, we've kind of broken the seal, so to speak. Couple just quick shout-outs. The first one, there are no Endgame spoilers in this episode.
None at all.
We have seen it. You may have seen it because this drops Friday.
Yeah.
But we're not spoiling it, so we're not going anywhere near it. That will be next week's episode in our definitive rankings of all MCU movies that we're doing. We will spoil the shit out of it then.
Yeah, we will definitely talk about stuff throughout. But in this episode, you are completely safe. If you're worried about Endgame spoilers, it's not going to happen here. What's your number 8?
My number 9.
Excuse me.
My number 9 is it's right in the third act. It's when the big battle in Wakanda's going on. Thor's just gotten Stormbreaker, and they're losing, and Thor lands, and just the big explosion, and he has Stormbreaker, and it's "Bring me Thanos! Bring me Thanos!" Now the reason this is so low, because some of you guys are probably thinking to yourself, "How is this number 9?"
Yeah, a lot of people, it's their favorite moment in the whole movie.
And the reason is I've now seen this movie 7 times, and while I love this moment, it doesn't resonate as much with me as it did the first time when I've watched it more times. But it is a huge moment, and it is epic, and it is massive. And I could have moved it up, but some of the other ones when I watched it again this last time, like you and I did a show together. We did a live watch along of Infinity War to stay the night for Patreon. By the way, patreon.com/Team Action is the best way to support what we're doing, guys.
Yeah.
We're doing these exclusive watch alongs now for at the $10 tier once a month. There's a whole bunch of cool new perks coming on Patreon there. So, but that is my number 9 is Bring Me Thanos, Thor with the explosion with Stormbreaker showing up with Rocket. It's just awesome.
Yeah, that's your moment. I really love it, but I do feel the same way where like people say it's their favorite moment and it just doesn't carry enough behind me. I've been waiting for so long for this to happen that I'm just like, all right, here we go. It's about damn time.
So what's your number 9?
Number 9? It's Cap and Panther running right after he says Wakanda forever, and they all charge, and everyone's charging, and then all of a sudden you see Panther and Cap being like, all right, let's get down to business, and they just.
Do you want to do your best Wakanda forever?
No. I don't.
I don't do my impression of Wakanda on
Wakandan
mic.
accent.
I did it during the watch along. It's an exclusive not appropriate perk that you get if you join patreon.com/teammatch, and I won't do it on the mic.
Yeah, I refuse to do the Wakanda Forever.
It's
it just
such a
doesn't
sweet moment,
it's
though.
so sick. And the fun, I always think about how much Chadwick probably hates saying it in real
Yeah.
life now.
Yeah.
But every time he says it in any movie, it's so awesome.
When he says it in that moment, they start running. It's because everybody like loves like the superhuman. Like that's the stuff. Again, we talked about this on the watch along. When you're a kid, when you're 8 and you watch that movie for the first time,
Yeah.
the things you'll always remember are things just like that.
Yeah.
It's the two of them being the fastest Avengers.
Yeah, I still remember like Civil War, the battle that they have when they're chasing after each other in like the underground tunnel
Yeah.
system or whatever, and like Bucky grabs the that's in Winter Soldier when he grabs the bike with one arm
Yeah,
and
yeah,
flips
yeah.
it, like things like that.
Yeah.
You're like, God, that's what it's like to be superhuman. It's
so cool.
insane.
All right, moving on. My next one, number 8. So this is the very first line of the movie. It's actually not the first spoken line because the first spoken line is you hear a voice that sounds an awful lot like Ewan McGregor, and he's like, "We have been attacked" or something like that.
Oh, it's Kenneth Branagh.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It sounds a lot like Ewan McGregor, and you hear that on the radio, but and then the music is super ominous, and you see that they've been just beat to shit.
Yeah.
And that's my third sh word. I don't know why.
It's all right.
I'm hyped.
You're excited.
And you hear Ebony Maw, and he's like, "Hear ye, hear ye." You have been granted an audience. He's way cooler sounding than that.
Yeah, but it's like that evil Weasley snake bad guy. You know it's not Thanos' voice.
It's something about the way that we jump right into the destruction and the death and the like. It's just that movie's just so good. And like when I saw it with Haggerty at the cast and crew screening, I just remember like these are all the people that had worked on it. That first line comes up and I could just see Hag's face. He was like he was so excited.
He was
to watch
so ready.
it. And just I heard that line, I was like, I'm so in.
Oh yeah, because when you and I watched it in the watch along just the other day, that moment feels kind of silly if you're not completely bought in. But since you're so in, it adds to it. It adds to the gravitas.
Yeah, and like because it continues right into Thanos' first line. I know what it's like to lose.
Yeah, and it's like and these are the lines you've heard so many times.
To feel so desperately that you're right and fall short all the same.
Yeah.
I think is what he says. That his lines in writing, I mean, spoiler alert, I have 2 Thanos lines in my top 10.
Yeah.
Because they're so good.
They're incredible. My number 8, my moment, it's the comedy. It's comedy, and it's when the Guardians meet Thor for the first time. And then Rocket's like, "You're one sandwich away from being fat." Yeah. It's like, "What? No, I'm not." He like looks around, and Drax is like, "It's true. You've gotten bigger," or whatever he says, and he does like this like thing with the cheeks. Well, then he does this thing with the sides.
The nice thing is that's my number 7. So
really?
it's literally my next one. Is the exact same moment. Because it's so it's like he's like. it's like some movement by Batista that's just so good, and then on top of the movement that's so good is the next line by Quill's like, "Okay, it's a wake up call. I'm gonna get a Bowflex," and that's just genius writing because he's from the '90s, he's from Earth, or the '80s, and Bowflex is not a thing now.
No, it's literally a joke.
People who watch infomercials, nobody watches infomercials, and those that do, Bowflex is not even in those infomercials. Yeah. But he grew up like watching the Bowflex commercial. He's like, if I'm gonna get in shape, I gotta get a Bowflex.
Yeah, and then the lines throughout, like "Sweet Rabbit," "Tree," "Goodbye Morons," all the